Up next on the Tesla Plaid channel.
The CCO Performance R8. Audi R8. Right lane is a twin turbo Huracan, so this should be very, very interesting. Both of these cars trapped over 180 miles in the roll racing earlier.
Street heat at Bradenton Motorsports Park. First and second place in the roll racing tonight are now going to drag race. Good to see that. A lot of the roll racers won't drag race because they break too many parts from a dig. For example, that car on the left over there, driven by a guy named Tony, when he lined up with me in his GTR a year or so ago, detonated his motor at the starting line.
So they're dragging him out.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
That's the last way I want to win a race.
That's an expensive ride.
You think it was the trans or?
There's a hole in the block.
Hole in the block?
The CCO Performance Audi R8 here in the left lane. Right lane is a twin turbo Huracan, so this should be very, very interesting. Both of these cars trapped over 180 miles in the roll racing earlier. Left lane went 187, I think right lane went 189. 808 at 182 for the left lane. The R8 838 at 184 for the twin turbo Huracan.
182, 184.
It didn't go into launch control. I just sat there and waited for it. I had to push the brake harder, I think. But once it did, it was fine. It cut the power one time for traction, I think, and then put it right back, and then it just kept going. And then, yeah.
Maybe if we get another prep out there, it'd be a good time to be in the lanes.
I dropped my tire pressure a little bit.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that'll help too much. My tuner said that the traction control is not dialed in for the track. So it's got a pretty aggressive intervention as far as the traction control goes.
Yeah. I'd run first. You were Tony. I know Tony wants us to come up and right?
You know? Yeah, good idea.
You gonna serve me my comeuppance tonight?
Yeah, I can, for sure.
I think we're only gonna get one reprep all night, and that's when we want to be in the lanes.
I got you. So we'll follow when that is, and I'll jump over there then.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. All right. This Audi twin turbo just ran an 8.0, and it should be good for that again next to me. Wonder if he's going to give me the move. We'll ask him. Hey Tony, one last thought. Do you want us to launch together on the tree, or you want to give me the hit?
I'll just chase you.
Cool.
Yep, perfect.
Hey man, thanks for that run earlier.
Andrew takes the win, 153 miles an hour.
Was your run clean? Were there any issues?
I went about 4 miles an hour slower than I normally go, but...
Was it a boost issue or something?
We tried going up in the maps to go up a little bit higher. We've been going up one click every run, but it actually went 4 miles an hour slower. So I haven't got to look yet, but we think it full timing a little bit, but not by a lot.
Play with the data. Have you dragged yet tonight?
No.
Your first pass?
First pass.
What are you expecting?
I'm hoping to get into the 9s tonight, anywhere in the 9s, so 990 should be good.
Yeah, I think you're good for a 9 all day.
Should be good. I mean, the normal chap's 150, 149, 150, so, but I haven't got a clean launch yet. I broke the axles last time.
What transmission are you running here?
It's a Magnum T56.
Okay.
With a Ford 8.8 wheel.
How many speeds is that?
It's 60.
Okay, cool. Have a good run, man.
Yeah, thank you.
He's hoping to run 9s at 150. So just talking to the driver of the 280Z, he snapped an axle on his first attempt to drag race it. So much like some of the other fast roll race cars, they go out to drag race, break a drive shaft or something, and unfortunately that's what happened to him. So thankfully we were able to get a good roll race with him. We're gonna have to tow it out. Man, you really hate to see that, but he'll be back. It's been a long time coming, but Tony's finally gonna serve me my comeuppance after he blew his engine in his GTR right next to us last year. In front of us, we got a couple of fast Lamborghinis. Tony's twin-turbo R8 Audi ran an 808 earlier. We're at 84% battery state of charge, dragster mode, peak performance ready. .807 and 827 on that pass. Tony said he's not only going to let me stage launch control, but he's also going to give me the hit. We give a lot of guys the hit. Not very often somebody gives us the hit.
All right, Andrew with the Tesla Plaid channel here in the left lane, lining up against the CCO Performance R8.
Prepared for launch. Oh shoot, slipping.
Andrew went 967, 149. Andrew got the hit.
Oh shoot, slipping. Whoa! 180 miles an hour in that lane, I could see it. We were slipping all over the place. That was not a good run for the Plaid. They have not laid down any glue tonight, except right before it opened for drag racing. That was about 2 hours ago. And the number of street cars here is well over 100. So 100 street tire cars and no glue equals the Plaid is going to spin. There's no way around that. It's a question of how much. I thought it would spin a little. I didn't think we were going to lose 3/10. Instead of a 140 something 60 foot, we had a 176. That was a poor run for me.
967 and 149.
Holy mackerel, that's horrible. Well, at least 149 mile an hour. Yeah. Thanks, man. All right, when does this car run that slow? 967 at 149. That's 60 foot. 176. And then instead of a 595 eighth mile, as we ran on Thursday, it's a 639. So 4.5 tenths off by half track. Well, then the power came on, but our mile an hour was there, 149.46, but 4.5 tenths off with a 967. Tony in the twin turbo Audi R8 ran an 813 at 180.67 at a 141 60 foot, and at half track he was already doing 142 miles an hour at a 543 eighth mile. Fun run. Let's talk to the guys with the fast cars. You got some traction out there, Tony? I had none. I was slip sliding all over the place.
No, I was. You'll see in my video. I took up the whole lane.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just drove through it, but it was. It took up the whole lane.
All right, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, I was off 4.5 tenths.
I see you went 9.6 or something. Yeah.
It was bad. On Thursday, I don't think I had anything worse than 920.
Really? Yeah.
And
as soon as I hit second gear, it was like it was a ride.
Yeah.
So you might see it.
I'll probably see it because you give me the hit like that and I got the camera in the back. Okay. I'm going to be able to see exactly what you're doing.
I got you.
Well, there's no traction to be had out here tonight, so it's a big divide. 8-second cars and then 10-second and up cars. I don't think I've seen but maybe one car run 9s all night, plus a Plaid. Just that one drag run, but those two roll runs were a lot of fun. The Turbo 280Z and the Lambo. Good times. We'll see you next time right here on the Tesla Plaid channel. Next on the Tesla Plaid channel. Hey, I pulled off a 000 light. your run?
Better than the last one, but still, you know, 827 at 184.
And he's 807. He had 804 on his best.
Yeah.
60 foots don't look too bad at all. They're in the 140s.
Yeah.
And both 550 and under in the 8th mile, so looking pretty good there.
Yeah.
And then the mile an hour's there.
It looks like, yeah.
I thought I'd be seeing a 790 out of one of the cars, but no one's,
Yeah,
no one's touched 7.
So, you know, I think, yeah, I was spinning a lot. Speaking of traction, I spun
My traction control it was just like giving up.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's probably the slowest pass I've had out here all year.
Okay. What was it?
It was 967. Yeah. 4.5 tenths off.
Yeah.
I mean, Thursday night, 920 with a 9 was the worst I did. And I had a 919 as well. Mile an hour was still there, 149, but that's how it goes with slipping, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But he said he's not going to lay down any glue tonight. I talked to Petey about it.
I see.
Yeah. I don't know if they change their mind later, if there's enough slip sliding going on out there. You'd think they'd at least put some glue down once. I mean, they started with some at the beginning of the night.
Right, yeah.
But that was an hour and a half.
Right.
2 hours ago. So we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. I'm happy with it. You know, he said, like, we'll get it dialed in on a track event.
Yeah.
And then we can have them put down
With real prep, yeah.
Everything we need. Like,
Yeah.
and,
I think all 3 of these cars will be in the 7s easy with decent prep.
Were you at FL2K?
No, I wasn't able to make it this year.
There was an R8 from the same shop as mine that is built the same way as mine, and he did 7.5 at 205. So,
Tuning. Same
yeah.
hardware you're saying. It's just a different tune.
Yeah. His car has been dialed in, and they were checking it between every pass and making adjustments between every pass, and they're checking the tire pressures.
So that was his best pass, 7.5, 205. What was his worst pass?
I don't.
Was it still in the 7s?
Yeah, it was like 7.7, 7.8.
Okay. So it's dialed.
Yeah. And so this traction control set up for the street.
Yeah.
So that's probably the biggest thing, is just the short track.
Yeah. I'm sure they were laying down a lot of glue that whole weekend.
Yeah.
They probably went through barrels and barrels of this.
Yeah. And now that I have this data right here, the tuner can change whatever needs to be.
Yeah.